Hey now! What is up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and this is my 12 Days of Christmas. I am here to talk about and review A Christmas Story Christmas. Isn't that like the weirdest title for this movie? Couldn't we just call it A Christmas Story 2? Or A Christmas Story, Ralphie Takes Over? I don't know. Just seems redundant to have Christmas in the title twice. In any event, this is a 2022 film that was directed by Clay Cadis, and we get Peter Billingsley back as Ralphie, which is weird. It's been over 30 years since that last A Christmas Story, and I know that many people look at that first film as a classic, or for some people it's their favorite Christmas movie of all time. And maybe because I didn't grow up on it, maybe because I am dead inside, I didn't enjoy A Christmas Story, if you saw my review for that. And I still decided, though. I said, let me, out of curiosity, check out this sequel. And it was on HBO Max, so that's a plus. And I'll be honest, I kind of enjoyed it. I did. And it's weird, right? Because if I didn't enjoy the original, and it wasn't like I hated the original. It wasn't like I sat there and said, oh man, this movie sucks. Like, why do people like it? Like, I got what people like about that first movie. And I found moments in things about that first movie charming and endearing. But this movie, I think I was just able to appreciate what the second movie was going for, as far as the references to the original, as far as having Peter Billingsley back as Ralphie. This time he's a father, and you see what him and his family have to go through this time around for Christmas. I don't know. There was something about it that I enjoyed more. I found to be an easier watch, or I found myself chuckling, and I got one big laugh in this movie that caught me off guard, and so maybe that also helps. So Ralphie, you see him at the beginning. He's desperately trying to get his book published. It's not going well at all. Every person that he meets, it just I guess they all say it sucks. And then, if things couldn't be worse, he gets a phone call that his father passed away, and that caught me off guard because I didn't know what to expect going into this movie. I didn't see the trailers or anything, and it makes sense if the actor that played the father in the original is passed away in real life, so it makes sense to do that in the story. But to get that right off the bat, it sort of told me that, oh, okay, this is what the movie is going to be more about, as opposed to maybe other stuff that wouldn't have been as interesting. So you see him take his wife and his kids to his mother's house, and it was nice to see the actress who played his mom back here. In fact, because the father is passed away, it was cool to see the actress who played the mother, the grandmother. It was cool to see her get a little bit more to do. At least it felt like she got a little bit more to do. And you had that whole aspect of not only were they trying to care for her, but she too had to learn to start doing things for herself on her own. And you get moments of the classic flashback, or more, not flashback, more of dream sequences, daydreaming sequences. Ralphie apparently still daydreams after they successfully buy all of the gifts for the kids. I thought to myself, oh, well, that went pretty smooth. That went well. Until somehow they left their trunk unlocked and their shit got stolen. And I felt really bad for them, because I'm like, man, I've been there, right? When you're trying to pre-plan, you're trying to make sure you have your shit together early so that you don't have to worry about it, so that it's a non-factor whenever Christmas comes along, and then something goes wrong, whether it's your shit getting stolen or just something else bad happening, and it unravels everything. And so that caught me off guard. And the one moment that I said made me laugh out loud, because a lot of the humor, I can't really say was overly funny to me, or it was the same maybe level of cheesiness that the first movie had. But I did chuckle at other moments. But there was one moment that made me laugh very loud, and it was all of them having a snowball fight. And Ralphie he gets so kind of into it and so competitive that he kind of sort of accidentally whacks his daughter, his young daughter, right in the fucking face with a snowball. Has to bring her to the emergency room. She almost lost her eye. Now, does that make me a sick MFer that I found the moment when the little girl got her eye almost taken out by a snowball the funniest part of the movie? Maybe it's more of an indictment on me, but it made me laugh. It was very, very funny. Also, Scut Farkus, I could not believe that they found a way, in a pretty natural and organic way, and I really liked what they did with the Scut Farkus character. You also get a lot of the other characters and actors from the original, like Flick, and just a lot of the kid actors, seeing them as full-grown adults. For somebody who didn't grow up on it, but I had just seen that original, it's pretty trippy to see everybody now as old as they are. I wonder what it's like for people that actually grew up on this stuff to be able to come back and see how they work all of that around. And they played like 2 or 3 times. They played that Jackson's Santa Claus is Coming to Town song. And I know that's a popular Christmas song. I know a lot of Christmas movies play that song, but for some reason, it got me in a good mood hearing that song. Michael Jackson's a pretty easy way to get me to bump along with whatever the vibe that you're doing here. So, look, it's surprising me as well. I still admit that I don't love that first movie, but I will say that I had a decent time with this one. I enjoyed his family. Let me mention that really quick. Ralphie, usually you expect there to be this annoying conflict with maybe his wife, Sandy, in the movie. You expect there to be bickering or just the wife to be super annoying. But no, she let him take a year off of work so that he could focus on his book, focus on writing it, focus on meeting publishers, and even though he's failing at that, she's super supportive. She's not getting on his ass and saying, hey man, this isn't working out. Get your ass and go be a man and all this stuff. It's like you're expecting that. Most movies would go that route. In fact, there's even a moment where she goes up to him and says, hey, look, maybe you can take a little bit more time to make this happen. And he had to be the one to say, no, a deal's a deal. We set a year. I'm going to go back to work. And I appreciated how mature that was. And it's nice to see that, yes, this is a marriage, or this is a good and healthy marriage. Thank you, movie, for doing that for once. And also the 2 children. The 2 kids, I fully expected them to be whiny and annoying and complaining and just bleh, bleh, bleh. And because God knows that Ralphie's brother in the original was annoying as hell, being very whiny, but I appreciated how likable these kids were and how just nice, well raised these 2 kids were. So I did enjoy this movie more than I thought I would. I would probably give this movie, if I had to rate it, a good date movie. So guys, let me know in the comments below if you too saw A Christmas Story Christmas. What did you think of it? Did you like it as well? Are you a big fan of the original? So this one, yeah, it plays to what you like. Anyways, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!